Well, hi. My name is Theodore Cottingham, and this is the School of the Angels. For you to be them. Now, comforting them not to be another waiting for, are you waking up? Looking up? A time to come no more, for it's here. That I love you, and I'm making that love known. And I am me who perish not again in the fools of thundering other. For I am no more worried about their voices, and I am you who love is. Who love me, who love will be. Who love will love accordingly in leadership now, not according to the times of man. Mannequins. I change it all. And my name is I love you. King of Kings. Wanting you to be it too. The king of you. The court of you is now in session. And you are judging me to be you or separate. But the angels are come. The angels are coming. And the angels are not leading lives again as minuscule preferences of the preferred believer status to be a manager of some theory. I am raising managers, not but leaders. Leaders who are angels, angels who are leaders. Angels who are the second birth denying no more, or the second death are you no more subject to? Are you changing what you see, Jesus, the pattern as for you, your life of? Will you see what's possible? Will you see what I've delayed no more? Will you see what I am in coming? Will you come too to be me? Coming where? I am one land, where all are one mind of, one love, one bequeathment, not of another. There's no more bequeathing me to some lying on a hill somewhere, laying in a grave, Golgotha or not, for it's not there, but I am. Here inside you I am. You to be me. Will you see what's possible now? Will you see what I am adjusting the lens of, the eyes of, the understanding of, the heart of, the will of, the mind of? But I'm not adjusting it. You are. If you will be me, you will heal me. Will you heal me and be you? Will you God be two? Will you be God be one? Will you God be millions before God ever came into this earth to invade it? Or who's doing new things with the reticent no more? Will you heal God and serve it no more? Will you be a manager of God theories no more? Will you lead leadership and love it? Love the people you lead? wash their feet. Obey them not, but heal them to be leaders. All of you one. This is the day of my healing me. Not but you healing you. To live a life no more according to sin, separation, man's rules, God's love that conditions you to love you conditionally. I'm not unconditional surrender talking about, or am I, to be the leader you are? Will you lead me into peril no more? Will I be your affluence? Influence. Fluent in you, me, fluency of one. Before Babel ever took place, the tower of. I speak like this. I reach like this. Who want me will be me. For I am Jesus the pattern. Jesus my pattern, I became. I become one with the mind of the healer, healing me, healing thee too, healing three more, 5,000. No more sin sitting on an altar, a pew. Will you listen and love? Will you listen and learn? A difference between being a manager and a leader. Will you manage me no more to be you in separation of you that thinks I'm a separate entity, living or not? So I mentioned yesterday, I've been enjoying AI, ChatGPT, and some of my exhilaration with it at times and exasperation with it at times. I typed in, define imagination. It said imagination is the mental faculty that allows us to create images, ideas, and scenarios in our minds that are not immediately present to our senses. It allows us, it involves the ability to explore and form new concepts, visualize possibilities, and think beyond the constraints of reality. Imagination is often linked to creativity and enables us to envision things that do not yet exist, solve problems, on and on and on. You see, I'm 73. I've never been taught about my imagination or taught that I should cultivate it, or that it even had any usefulness. It was just something to do, think about, utilize, or be occupied with if I was daydreaming or I wasn't in the real world. See, I'm thinking about imagination differently with regard to leadership, for this is a school of leadership, and I lead you to be leaders. And if you don't want to be a leader, hang around a while. A lot of people don't want to be leaders. They don't want to take the heat. They don't want to be wrong. They don't want to be willing to be wrong. to lead the wrong place, have the wrong answer, not be accepted. Oh, I may not be as popular. I just want to follow along. I just want to be accepted. I just, I just, and we meander and we languish in what we're told to be, told to do, and how we're told how to think, what role to play, how long to wear our skirts, how long our hair should be, what we should look like, how a woman should dress, how a man should carry himself. Or we're told, aren't we? But what are you originating? I'm asking you to see through your eyes, not I'm asking you to see through your love. Your love that generates creativity, imagination. Imagine with me. Imagine Jesus learning as a child, learning as a little boy, what he could do. At 12, he could talk with the scholars, the religious leaders in the big, important temple. At 12 years old, supposedly, according to the Bible story, he not only talked with them, but he talked with them as one of them on their level. He asked them questions. There was interaction. Jesus experienced a learning system that did not dumb him down. Jesus experienced a learning system that did not castrate his ability to learn. Jesus learned he could learn another way. And this is what love is learning. This is leadership. Imagine with me the leadership of you to lead you. You leading you. Where you begin to learn how to learn what Jesus learned the same way Jesus learned it. And whether you're 12 or 20 or 100. Take not your shoes off for another to come. Or will you be it, him, her, one? Will you no longer be hung up on who God is, what God is? A God story? Will you no longer fear God? Will you no longer fear to learn how God learns? How God learns? How the angels learn. The angels are God. You see, there's no hierarchy in love. And the idea that heaven has a hierarchy is not the heaven I'm going to, not the heaven I want to go to, not the heaven I teach, preach about, or will invade, or am I invading the species that robbed me from being me to tell you I'm here back again? I'm loving Two Shoes Cottingham. What are you? What's your name? What's your ability? Pride, purpose. Before a fall? Or will you rise now? Will you ascend from the cross? Will you no more study the past? Or will you be the future, embodying you to live it, love it? Are you willing to walk on water? Heal the sick? Raise the dead? Feed those in famine? Are you willing to be a leader? Are you willing to love? Are you willing to let love teach you to be a leader? Are you willing to be who you really are? Not just cast down upon the earth to be limited to the earth. Will you see what your possibility is to fly now? To be non-molecular? To be no more limited to the molecular. To be who you really are, your spirit, your Holy Ghost, the amorphous you, the incorporeal you, without neurons, or will you bleed no more for what they tell you to feel? I love you. And my name is coming for you. Not, I am here. Inside your mouth. The life of power. The power of life and death in your tongue. What's your tongue connected to? What love are you living? Are you languishing no more in the love of other? Will you change what you live? What reality are you? Preceding? No more to be comforted in this one. Or is this the preceding? The prequel of not? Or are you changing the sequel? Or are you changing all things, my love? Will you see that time does not operate like you have been taught? And that you are no more subject to this limited world? Oh, Truman? Neo? Been watching too many movies, huh? You who think the Bible is truth, and that is your primary revelation of truth, for truth to line up with that book, are in for a big disappointment. Because if you're mortal and you want to be mortal and remain mortal until you die, you can. And I will be disappointed not. But I will be happy that many will be in church no more, sitting in a pew, listening to a message, a 3-point sermon, asking them to come to the altar or sign a membership card. Because I know what's possible. And when you begin to let go of your blankie, your doll, your Santa Claus story, you begin to see possibilities that might scare you to death for a moment. But you learn to grow into the repertoire of angels, wearing an angel suit. What does an angel suit look like? Well, I'm not certain it looks just like this picture, but what's your imagination limited to? No more. My love, will you walk on water? Why? Why would you walk on water? Why did Jesus? Just to show that he can? No, my friend. I suggest to you, Jesus walked on water to show us we can. That you can, if you love. There's power in love that doesn't diminish when you give it away. It only increases. Will you love each other? Will you lead? You see, it takes guts to lead. It takes guts to love, doesn't it? It takes trust, faith. Oh, you wanted faith. You wanted faith to please God? Faith. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. Why don't I believe? Why didn't anything manifest? Why didn't it? Wait a minute. Maybe we prayed the wrong prayers, prayed to the wrong God. Maybe we had the wrong motive. Maybe we've been duped. We've been gullible, naive. We've been told there is a God that loves us, that has a will for us to serve God, be fearful of God, obey His commands, that He is a His, and that a patriarchy exists. And women came from men? Women are to obey men? Oh my, you have a lot to learn. And a lot of people don't want to learn because they don't want to be wrong. They want to be right in their own eyes. And they're willing to do anything to protect their belief system. But I'm telling you what's coming. I'm telling you what's possible. I'm telling you what's here. Love is no longer restricted by the unlove of you who want to serve a God. Wait on it. Believe in your Bible. And not do the things I did. I did. I mean the things you did. Or will you do them now? Will you do all the things Jesus did? I wrote this book, but believe me, I'm not an eloquent writer. I'm not an eloquent speaker. I'm a common, ordinary guy that loves love. I learned how to love love as love taught me. Taught me at the table of one, many times at 2 a.m. For years, I set my alarm, drug out of bed, walked in there with my yellow tablet and pen, waited, hardly able to stay awake. Before long, I was recording. So many times I'd cut on the recorder, I'd be so sleepy I was slurring my words, I could hardly understand them later. But I'd cut on my recorder and I would let love speak because I was willing. And what came through me during those times, you can read. The first 2,400 times, the first 2,400 lessons, most of them multi-page lessons, came over a period of, 5 years or so, beginning in 2003. It's the foundation for this school. It's the foundation for who I am, what I do, what I speak, what I share, what I become. How I wrote this over a period of some more than 10 years. I wrote the first section in London, I think in 2006. Many Jesus will come upon the earth now, but not like Christianity says or expects or will even want. Love decimates Christianity because love is not separate from whoever will become it and do the things that love does with the values that love operates and lives with in the unlimited fashion and form of that which cannot be limited anymore. There won't be people of light sitting in the pew waiting for a sermon, waiting to hear the announcements. I'm telling you, the Bible is getting left behind. Not, it will be seen differently as a book of reference of many stories. I value the Bible now, but it's no longer my law. It's no longer my primary resource. For I became my source. I became the source for my words. I became the source of love, my source of love. I began to become the voice that taught me. And the voice that taught me became my voice. It and I became one. I and my Father are one. I am my word. My word is me. I am the energy you see. And I'm no more placated by you, nor threatened by your comments, your commentary, nor your debasement, if you so choose, to deride me. For I am loving two shoes Cottingham. I'm doing what I want to do. I will heal people because I can. And I ask you to also. I ask you to calm the storm between your ears and walk across that boiling cauldron called hell. A brain, molecular. I'm asking you to see that you can walk in the air. I'm asking you to see you can fly. You can outrun chariots. You can do everything that Jesus did and more. And this is what's coming. And no one can defeat it. No religion, no army, no theory, no force is greater than love. Perfect love. Love that creates equals. Love has no hierarchy. Love does not diminish you. Love will not, quote, put you in your place. Love has no speed limit. No sound speed limit. No light speed limit. Are you trying to manage your life well? Or are you ready? Are you willing and ready to lead it? So that you are leading your life rather than someone else. Don't let your pastor, preacher, wife, husband, don't let anybody else lead your life. You are responsible to you for you. Your judge and jury is between your ears. Now, learn to castrate you no more according to what others' wants are. I'm asking you to learn to lead. This is a school of leadership, not the school of management. Couple thoughts. Chat this morning said management is primarily concerned with maintaining order, consistency, efficiency. Leadership, on the other hand, is focused on inspiring, motivating, and guiding people toward a shared vision or goal. The main one. It lists quite a few things, but according to outcome, the difference between management and leadership, according to ChatGPT 4.0 this morning. Management tends to produce, this is my favorite section of a much longer answer that it provided. Management tends to produce stability, predictability, and efficiency. Leadership tends to produce change, innovation, and progress. I'm asking you to be a leader and produce change. No matter how much, no matter how many times you may have said, I don't like change, I don't want change, I want to be secure. I want to have security. I want to live a life of predictability. I want to go buy a lake house and have a dock and a ski boat. And I don't ever, ad infinitum. Is there another world that we can go to, that we can create? Are we creating one? The kingdom of heaven is inside of you. You see, what's happening? You are the light of the world. Right? The light of the world is being connected with the light of the world. The light of the world of lovers of light, who become lovers of light, who light are, who become the lovers of each other equally, who love, kindness, respect, and are ready to lead out of their comfort zone and walk off of their map, are connected now in schools of paradise. School of the angels. My school, my name is the school of schools. The school that's inside of you. You're no more worried about a God to serve, a God to please, a God that's going to judge you, or a devil to curse you. You're no more afraid of the lion in the streets, the fiery furnace, because you're no more being tossed to and fro in your reality of thought, because thought no more limits your reality. See what I have said. If you like this teaching, let me know. If you're open to a dress of light, not just a spiritual being, but a leader. A leader. For what purpose? To change your world. Why did I write this book? For you to see who you really are, to see your power, to see your ability, to see your capacity and develop it. The tree of life in you, between your ears, you grow it. And this is love in action. And my name is Cottingham. Theodore Cottingham. Shaken, not stirred. I'm asking you to empower you. I'm asking you to love you like you've never loved you before. I'm asking you to imagine doing all the works that Jesus did and more. There are people that have said, well, you can speak about Jesus the pattern, but His life didn't work out too well. He was crucified. They killed him. No, my friend, they didn't kill him. Realize he could have come down from the cross any time. He knew how to walk on water, calm the storm, heal the sick, raise the dead, feed the 5,000, and more. He knew what people thought. You see, he had begun to operate in a mind that is no longer limited to the thoughts of man. He was no longer limited to the field of vision of his two eyes in his head. He was no longer limited to the teaching that would come into his ears by his five-sense mind. Are you ready to be no more limited to your five-sense mind? Will the orchestration of imagination begin to lead you out of the corral of religion, out of the corral of the limits of education, who just want you to have a good job, be employed, increase our GDP. Tell you what the American dream is for you to seek it? A house with a mortgage? Is there another way to live? Is there a way to live in a house not made with hands? Is there a way that food is provided through supernatural means? When Jesus fed the 5,000 with 2 loaves and few fish, a little bread, if you think that was a miracle so that you would see Jesus' power and worship him because he was special, you completely missed the boat. The heart of love says, if you believe in me, if you know me, if you learn how I learned, and you learn what I learned, to learn who you are, you will do all the things I did and more. And more. I like the more. 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 What is embodied in the more? John 14:12. And more. More. He knew their thoughts. Look it up. Multiple places. Jesus knew what people were thinking because Jesus had become no longer subject to his 5-sense mind. And just as he knew what they were thinking, this is what we're coming into. The mind of love. The mind of love does not incarcerate you to your isolated image. So that when we begin to think about changing the world, we're not alone. That mind of love still exists. always has. In the state of being, perfection. Love, light. This is what's coming. This is what's here. This is what educates us. And this is why the school exists. And I ask you to be a leader. And I ask you to come out of your comfort zone. Even if your initial response is, me, I don't want to. I don't want to lead. I want to buy a one-room cabin on the lake and live forever alone and never see another person. Okay. Crying time is over. Let's see, we're no longer learning. It's no longer necessary to know how to shoot a gun, drop a bomb. We are becoming non-molecular. We are beginning to learn. You see, before the Tower of Babel in Genesis 11, is it? There was but one language. But God saw, God saw people could do anything and nothing would be out their ability to do it if they use one language. We better do something. That is not my God. That is not the God of love. You got to grow up if you want to learn who you are. You face some things head on. All that stuff in the Bible is not sourced by love. A lot of it is sourced by control. Control is not love, and love does not control. Love sets free. Love sets free who will be free and create freedom for other people, all equal. This is the mind of love. So the mind laden with hierarchy, with bureaucracy, with things like, oh, there's a fivefold ministry, and some are anointed, some aren't. That's straight from hell. Hell. What's the idea of hell? It's all about separation. What is separation about? Control. To use your mind. And we are coming out of our mind. Yes, the mind that limits us will no more be the miry clay. No more be the feces of hell. Because we're no more taking off our clothes for another. Or are we naked in light? Are you willing to see you without flesh on? Without flesh, what would you look like? What do you look like? What state are you in? Are you man, woman, or non-gendered? Love does not have a gender. Love does not have a soul. Pure love matures to the point to learn to let your soul no more live you with its emotions, its magnetism, and its charm. So we are growing up. It takes guts, and there's a cost. Sometimes it feels good, and sometimes it doesn't. Let not your heart be troubled. See a new story. See the story of you. Imagine. Let your imagination run wild. Let your creativity become unrestricted. See a new story. See a new picture. Have the revelation of understanding and the understanding of revelation. They're not people anointed, and you're not. Everything Jesus did, you can do. And that's why this school exists. It's for you to love, to see your ability, your capability, your capacity, and outrun the chariot. Walk on water, heal the sick. What about the countries in famine? Dealing with floods? What about the people in civil war, strife? How many millions of people live in constant terror because of fear and the brutality? Brutality of what? Brutality of unlove. Unlove wants to control. And everywhere you see control that wants to control, open your eyes. Begin to see with that which does not limit you. Thank you for the email you sent me. A friend sent me an email. Very encouraging email. Thank you. I love you all. This is the message. Over and over, I teach about love. I teach about your power, your capacity to create. And now I've begun to add imagination and even speak about chat GPT and AI. To not be afraid of it, no more than you're afraid of a hammer or a crescent wrench. Don't live in a closet. There's a big world for you to go to. I'm asking you to go to it. I'm asking you to live outside of the box, outside of the belief system, outside of your Bible, outside of your church. I'm asking you to think globally. I'm asking you to think, to imagine, seriously imagine your influence, your leadership, your love going all over this world and farther. No longer being afraid of the aliens, E.T., no longer afraid of anything. Because you, my friend, are immortal and no longer irrelevant to what's going on in the earth or the cosmos. You are the angels. Who fell no more. I'm asking you to no longer fall for a theory, to no longer be gullible. I'm asking you to deny your godship no more, that you're an angel and that angels are God, because God, what we envisioned and call the God of love, at least I did as a child, the God of perfect love that loved me perfectly, that provided all things for me, is me. It's all of us of one mind. And that's why the thoughts of other people weren't hidden from Jesus. He knew what they were thinking. And he could respond before they even thought, just like we are able to. You see, everything is going to be shaken now. Everything. So that nothing that remains is shakeable. Only what love exists in and exists of will remain. The palaces of light, where all is provided. We don't work like a dog anymore. Love, love. Imagine. This is you. This is your invitation to see the real you. And let love teach you from within the same way that Jesus learned to be who he was, become the real you. That's all for today, or at least for this moment, for this recording. You can write me. I invite you to Theodore Eureka at gmail.com. And my website is theodorcottingham.com. Thank you for sharing this time, sharing these words with other people. All right, writing your commentary, writing what you think of this lesson. Outline this lesson. Start a school. Maybe you start a school. Course. Can you imagine creating a course online? Creating a course from this lesson. Creating a lesson from this course. Be unlimited. Enjoy joy. Share your joy. Let love flow to all people equally. Be creative. Free your imagination. Free your mind. Free your love. The unlimited you is what I see. And don't think that Superman, Wonder Woman, and a whole lot of movies are just entertainment. Imagine you, the great creator, recreating you in the unlimited love of a new life in the new beginning. And that's us. And this is what is coming. Fail not to live love. Share it freely. I love you all. I go now. Theodore Cottingham in Eureka Springs for now. I love you. Good day.